out there who I know who are listening who helped me to watch the show this week. I really appreciate it, and it's just so phenomenal to see you again, and congratulations, and keep up the great work.
Thanks so much. You're a wonderful person to call in. Thank you.
And Jerry, just so you know,
Jerry. And
Rachel is one that is forever the Buchanan boys. What's going on with the Buchanan boys? You know, so you and Bo are her men.
They are. They
certainly
are. And just tell that brother of yours we're so glad that he came out of retirement.
Yeah.
I'll pass that along, Rachel.
Yeah, no worries. Well, thank you so much, Jerry. It's so great to have you back. Thank you, Pam and David, for having me on the show again. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Rachel.
Okay,
enjoy your
bye,
day.
Guys. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 What a sweetheart.
She is. She is.
Yeah.
She was scared to call in. She didn't want to sound like a silly person. I said, no, you have to call in. I mean, she is just so over the moon for you and Bo or Bob Woods, and she just loves you guys so much. So she had to call in.
I'm glad she called in. I'm glad she found a way to. I'm kind of curious as to what way she found to get us on the screen.
That's what I'm going to email her after the show and ask her, because I'm sure that there are more fans outside of the U.S. and Canada that would love to watch it. And,
yes. And if
I'll
she's
get
onto
that
something, she should pass it along.
Yes. And I will pass that information along to Wendy as well, and she can let you know.
Okay, do that, Pam.
I will. Well, we do have another caller, and area code 972, you're on the air.
Hi.
Is this Barbara?
Yes. I didn't know.
Hello, Barbara.
Hi. I get your newsletter every month, and it's so interesting. I just love it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoy that.
Oh, I do. I'm so glad that y'all are back on. I've watched all the shows, and they're so good. And
now, how do you watch them, Barbara?
I watch them on. I first watched them on Hulu, and then yesterday I got Hulu Plus. And
you did? Okay.
Yeah. And I have, my computer has HD, and I mean I have a laptop, but they're so clear, and the sets are so pretty. I mean, it really is nice. It's just so nice to have y'all back.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And isn't it fun to have us back whenever you want?
Yes.
I know. You wake up in the morning and you can do it over your coffee.
No, I don't get up early because I don't go to bed till really late.
Well, then at noon, whenever you get up, you can watch it.
I've been watching it like at about 3:30 in the afternoon.
Perfect.
And so I watch One Life to Live, and then I watch all my children.
Oh, good. I'm glad you have your shows back.
Oh, you just don't know how happy we are. We fought so hard and wrote so many letters and joined so many groups that it's just like a miracle, because we never thought it would happen. So
isn't it nice to know that miracles do happen, and that all your efforts were for the good?
Yes. I can't tell you how much it means to me. A lot.
Oh, good.
Well, and Barbara is very shy. She doesn't normally call in, so this is a lot that she did call in this time.
Yes, it is. Well, I'm proud that you called in, Barbara. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I love you.
I love you, too, and I'll see you in Landview.
Okay.
All
Thanks,
right.
Barbara.
Thanks, Barbara.
She's so sweet. She's so shy. She didn't know what to say, and look, she got her sentences out just fine.
Yes, she did. She was wonderful.
But, I hear emotion in her voice, and that's how we've all felt. The first episodes, just made you want to cry, and a lot of us did cry to see it back. So,
at our premiere, a lot of people they would applauded at every character that came on. I mean, they saw Nigel, they'd applaud. Everybody who came on, they were just so happy to see them back. That,
you know what? That was
what?
the biggest surprise for me.
Yes.
Was when I saw Nigel. When I saw Nigel, I tweeted out in capital letters, Nigel, they brought Nigel back.
I know. Well, these are the characters that make up the fictional world that we're in. It's the Nigels and all those other people who make up this town of Landview.
Right, right.
And when the audience at the premiere, and like I said, there were fans there. When everybody came on, from supporting characters to Erica's Slazak, they all went, oh, and there was a sort of gasp, and they'd applaud and cheer, and it was just sort of well, it's really happening, is what we keep repeating, and that's what they were saying with that.
Well, what did Jerry do on his time off?
Well, I was fully ready to retire, but on my time off, which seemed to be a blessing in disguise, because my oldest son, right in the middle of my year off, got married. So I got to spend an awful lot of time doing a lot of to-do lists, getting ready for the wedding. So,
well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It was a very nice wedding, and we love our new daughter-in-law, and it was just sort of the perfect time to have 10 months off.
Well, it helps when you like your daughter-in-law too.
Yes. It really helps. Yes.
Now I know that what was it, October of last year? You had your Stars and Strikes event. How did that go?
It went wonderfully, and last year was number 9 for Daytime Stars and Strikes, and this year, of course, will be our decade anniversary, and this year it's on Sunday, October 13th. It's in Times Square in New York at Bomar, and you can go to daytimestarsandstrikes.com or jerry-verdorn.com, or you can Google anything with those words in it and find out about it. And the American Cancer Society has always been so grateful to us as we turn over a big check to them at the end of each year.
Oh,
because
I'm sure.
All the money goes to the American Cancer Society, and all my elves, as we call them, Jerry's elves, is volunteer their time. They volunteer their getting to New York. They volunteer everything. And, of course, you have talked with Wendy. She constructs the whole thing. And this year is kind of a special year because of what's happened. But last year, when the show was not on the air, we had so many people supporting us, even though there was no show on the air to support. But I had a feeling even then, and I think I gave some things away because people were asking me, well, are you going to do it next year even though you're not? And I would say yes, but I had heard rumors, that something was going to happen, so I might have let the cat out of the bag a little.
Well, maybe they didn't get it.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
but it's going to be kind of a celebration this year that we're all back together electronically and, every other way. And we're looking forward to one more Daytime Stars and Strikes again.
Is Liz Kiefer going to be heading that with you?
Elizabeth Kiefer will be there with bells on, yes.
Oh, wonderful.
And, I'm going to try and get Elizabeth Kiefer on. I think she should be on One Life to Live.
Oh, definitely.
She lives very close to where we taped, yes.
Yeah, she was at one point, and I know she has a lot going on. We just spoke with her not too long ago on air, and it was great catching up with her, and she's into life coaching now, so, she's keeping herself busy.
Yeah, she's a very talented lady, and, she was on One Life to Live at the very beginning of her career. I mean, she was just a little girl, just fresh into town, but she had a recurring role in One Life to Live, and it would be nice to see her on it again.
Yeah, do you know anybody else that will be at the event at this point?
No, I don't at this point because it's way too early, and actors are very, how should we politely put this, disorganized or...
Oh.
unorganized until crunch times come. And so we will have a lot of people from CBS, Guiding Light, World Turns, and of course all the ABC shows, and the All My Children people who remain on the East Coast, and a lot of them do for the holiday season because they started on the East Coast. So there's going to be a nice turnout, I'm sure.
Well, that'll be wonderful, and I'm really hoping that I can eventually get to one of these events. It's not really easy these days, but October's a little ways off, so maybe I can ask for an early Christmas present or something.
Yeah, do that. And we regard the Daytime Stars and Stripes as the unofficial start of the holiday shopping season.
Right.
And because there's, we have this auction, and there's an awful lot of things you can bid on, big and small, stocking stuffers and surprises for people. And that's when, for us, the season starts.
Yeah, and
so
for
ask for an early Christmas present because you'll love the event.
Oh, I know I will. My friend Stacy that went to it last year, you had invited her, and she told me all about it, and she was just in tears. She just couldn't believe what was happening and that she was there.
Well, it is and always has been from day one, even when we were a baby event and nobody knew really what we were doing. We were just doing stuff. And now it's a rather mature event, but it is still intimate, and it is still different from any other event that I've ever been to. And everybody who goes to it always writes me or calls me and says, this is different from anything I've ever experienced. Mm-hmm. And I'm always, so grateful to hear things like this. And this is from cancer survivors and, caregivers and, the whole spectrum of what goes on with the disease.
Right. Well, my mom passed away of breast cancer, it's about 22 years now. So I always try to donate either time or money if I have it, or just spread the word to, get money for funding, for research and stuff like that. So what you're doing is very close to my heart as well, and I thank you for that.
Yes. Oh, you're most welcome. And I have a lot of people tell me things very similar to what you just said. And this is what is going to free us from cancer eventually, is all these wonderful emotions and people acting on the emotions by going to events and runs and Relay for Life and all this. It eventually down the road it's going to pay off, and we're not going to have to worry about cancer anymore.
Right.
That would be great.
From your lips, as they say. I have a daughter out of 4 children. I only have one daughter, and I make sure that she listens to me every time I tell her, well, it's time to go to the doctor. It's not time for a mammogram yet because she's only 22, but, you still have to keep in touch with your body and find out what's going on.
Yeah. And isn't it strange, one of the first mentions of cancer on television was on Guiding Light when our matriarch character, Bert Bauer, mentioned, I think this was in like 1961 or 2, when they had a storyline with Bert Bauer having cervical cancer. And to mention, cervical or cancer, I mean, it was just like, that had never been done on television. And Daytime was leading the way. And, of course, the way Daytime is built, they could tell the story of her going through this cancer situation day by day in real time, which is how, obviously, people do it. So, the soaps, they have led the way in so many show business situations because they are telling story in real time. And so, it's easier for whatever situation human beings go through. It's easier to tell the story if you're dealing in real time. You don't have to compress story or expand it.
Exactly. And just it gives it so much more out to the public that people may not know or be aware of the different things that they can do to help a loved one or themselves, that are going through this. So TV does a lot. Soaps are not more than just being an escape.
That's a very profound thing to say, Pam, because I've found that to be true.